Central Pennsylvania. This is CBS 21 News at 5:30.
All right, let's go live to where President Donald Trump is celebrating 100 days. He's doing it in Michigan. It's after the president signed another executive order, this time relaxing some tariffs on cars, auto parts, and more. It's a major economic mover in that state, of course.
Tonight, team coverage for you on the president's impact across the Commonwealth.
It's Alex Thill, it's Fatima Moen, it is Andrew Klein, and it is bells in the distance as we're getting ready here. Yeah, 100 days in, a lot of different aspects of this to check out. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with Alex. I want to know what specific communities or organizations across central Pennsylvania, right, have really been impacted with all of this DIE, I should say.
It's DEI, and it's taken some of those things out, is what the Trump administration wanted to do. But what are we seeing out there, Alex?
Hi, Jasmine. Hi, Joel D. Well, I want to talk about multiple institutions that have been impacted, but specifically the U.S. Army War College. We received confirmation from them back in January that they received communication from the government telling them that the Department of Defense is going to be deleting and archiving file footage that relates to diversity, equity, and inclusion. And yesterday, actually, CBS 21's Fatima Moen brought you a story about WellSpan's cancellation of the Black Men in White Coats Summit. That summit was an initiative that was supposed to help Black and brown students get into the medical field with hands-on experience.
Well, that gets us right into Fatima. So, you talked about that yesterday. What were some of the reasons that you're hearing as to why the Trump administration wanted to get rid of some of those initiatives?
Hi team, yeah, right. That's the story from yesterday. We looked into how the administration really was just trying to, again, push for programming that's merit-based over looking at race. And so from that story, we learned that, this could be something that could be trickling down from K through 12 and higher educational programs.
While we have Fatima up, your story today, you're literally in a hair salon right now, and another 100 days, we're talking tariffs, right? You have concrete examples of how that actually affects this personal stylist right now.
That's right. I join you from a hair salon here in Dauphin County. I'm on a hairstyling chair, a little outdated one, but if one were to pursue an upgrading a chair like this, it could cost thousands of dollars in the pricing itself and shipping. Behind me, you can see a wall of dyes, which, comes from nations like China. And again, that, along with the conversation of tariffs, is really just building up. And we're going to break down the story of the stylist more tonight on how she's trying to really rebuild her place after a fire, and now is looking at really some hefty price tags.
But I got a question for you. I think you asked her as well. The idea of the tariffs is to try to get people to buy American, or to get those companies to have a presence in America. So what are the options for someone like this, where you are, to simply buy those products in America instead?
Right, the stylist herself shared how she's tried to find counterparts that is US based. She's looked on Amazon and other vendors. However, the best stuff that she's used to, and her team, they stick to what they know, and that just happens to come from abroad.
Well, talk about the lumber issue, because like she said, just a few days ago, she lost her salon. It went up in flames. And so now it's not just the product she has to restock, but it's the lumber to rebuild, which she gets from Canada. I mean, can't you get American-made lumber?
You can, but the price is an issue there. Give us a quick answer on that one.
I mean, you kind of just touched on it, Joel D. A lot of the pricing really just comes back to quality over quantity. And for the stylist, she has her preferences, and they just happen to come from abroad.
All right, let's get Andrew Klein in on this. We'll let you start from anywhere. What aspect of the 100 days are you working on today? Share with us some of the insights you're getting.
Yeah, so I took a look at the immigration side of things from President Trump. It was one of the biggest, issues on the ballot when he was running for president. It was something he was very prominent on, and he spoke about very often. So I went and took a little bit of a deeper look into that here in Dauphin County and in other counties around our area as well.
Well, the idea was to shut the border down, and that has certainly happened. It's down to near record lows when it comes to that. And the people that are being rounded up, so to speak, What has been the reason for some of that, and the ones that you've seen, some high-profile ones too?
Well, I think we all remember one of the big ones that came from over in York, here in our area. There was a video of him being arrested, detained. He was taken with a criminal warrant by ICE off the street. So it's been a lot of people who are not only in the country illegally, but have also committed crimes while doing so.
Andrew, you talked to Commissioner Justin Douglas today, and obviously he made it really known that he's against what was going down with ICE and with this man. But once, you kind of brought up to him, this is a criminal warrant situation, did it change his tone at all on this?
A little bit. He did say he is all for keeping cities safe, and to do that you might have to remove people, but he just said the way it was being done right now was unconstitutional. It wasn't giving people that due process that they deserve, and that it needs to change. But he did say, Jasmine, as you mentioned, that he does want to keep cities safe, and that the people that need to be taken away should still be taken away, and that those are criminals, people who have committed criminal offenses here in the United States.
Back to Alex, because she's on the bottom waiting here. Just for fun, I went on LinkedIn to see if there was any DEI jobs available now. Like, are we still hiring for this kind of stuff? And I did find one posted just a few days ago.
Well, the problem is if it's posted, you don't know how long it's going to last. That's, I think, been the challenge there. Let's wrap this up, everybody. Final word from you, from the people that you talked to today.
Yeah.
Give me their level of concern moving forward on a scale of 1 to 10. Just your opinion, what you're in. Alex, we'll start with you.
Hi, Joldy. Well, today I spoke with experts from the NAACP who tell me that this has created anger, confusion among the community members that they serve. They say that they're working together as groups, and that if anybody needs help to reach out to those organizations, they say that they're not promoting concern, but they're promoting hope right now.
Okay, 1 to 10. Fatima, what do you think?
1 to 10, I'm gonna let the stylist herself speak on that later tonight, but I think she would probably say 10. I mean, she's worried about how the cost of all the products she needs to rebuild her salon coming up will take a toll on her, but again, you'll get to hear more from her tonight at 6.
All right, and we'll end with Andrew Klein. Last word here.
Yeah, probably a 7 or an 8 is what I took away from Commissioner Douglas. He looked me right in the eyes and said, this isn't Make America Great Again, this is Make America White Again, and that told me all I needed to hear in that conversation.
Well, let's point out, as we thank you guys for this, there's a lot of people on the other side of this that says it's exactly what they voted for. They wanted Trump to win, and they wanted these things to happen.
Yeah.
So we're going to mix in some of their responses as well as we continue to cover maybe the next 100 days. Thanks a lot, guys.